Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon to all the geeks out there, and all the Geekdom, and welcome to another
Boogie boogie boogie.
geek-inspired our little geekdom thingy, my Bobby Dobby.
Our little geekdom.
Geek-inspired our little geekdom, Bobby McGobby Dobby.
Anyway.
This is episode number 23, actually. Yes. We have the one, the only, because there are no others like him, Oxydize! Did you bow or dab, dude? Because if you dabbed, I'm gonna jump you the screen.
It looked like a bow dab.
Yeah, I think we should kill him now.
No, please don't. It's not my fault. I was forced to play Fortnite last night.
I think we should go into Fortnite and just like hate kill him all the time. Just like whenever we spawn next to him, just shoot him all the time. Just for that dab. Just for that dab. Anyway, YouTube, don't ban us. We're obviously just playing, so be nice. Okay, because if you're not, we'll all the other places will love us. So yeah. Anyway, yeah. What makes you think I'm not a big fan of YouTube, dude? Anyway, so yes, we've got Oxydize here. He is a fellow streamer.
Tell us a bit about
He's
yourself.
trying to build himself up as a bigger content creator, hopefully, and one day he might get a PC so he can play with the big kids.
But why don't we let him tell us about him?
So tell us a little bit about yourself, Oxydize.
Okay, sure. Where to start? Let's see. Okay. Say about 19 and a bit years ago, there was a day, the 30th of May, and, well, that's when I came along. That fateful day in 2002 is when Oxy's grand story started.
Yeah, you're still a child!
He's a baby!
Baby Oxy!
Baby Oxy. Carry on.
But, yeah, my upbringing was interesting, being an only child. So white privilege is like oozing out of my pores. It's like my middle essence, basically. Was a very like quiet, like reserved, kept to myself kind of kid throughout school. And then I want to say when I was about in grade 3, grade 4, my uncle met this girl, and she had a son from a previous marriage, and he was the one who actually got me into gaming. He had
Minecraft
game at the time. No, not even. It was like Burnout and like the classic like Mortal Kombat, basically. Yeah, like I'm like the ripe age of like 8, 9, and I'm playing Mortal Kombat. That's why I'm so ruined today. But yeah, started off on a PS2. Eventually ended up getting my own. It was like this like the third release, like the super slim, like the real new one, you know.
That tiny thing that they wanted to call a PS2.
Yeah, it was like paper thin, yeah. But that was where I got into it. At first, I played a lot of sports games to make up for my lack of athletic prowess, I guess. And one fateful day, I played GTA Vice City, and now here I am. YouTube connoisseur, I guess. I don't know.
So what are the you stream to Twitch, don't you?
I do stream to Twitch, yeah.
Okay. So tell us about the journey of starting that. I mean, how did starting your Twitch career and your Twitch life begin?
Okay, that's an interesting story. I'm gonna go back a couple of years because at first, eventually ended up getting a PlayStation 3 and playing some Minecraft. That's when I started watching the bigger names of the time, Sky Does Minecraft, Dan TDM, those guys, like the real big guys of the time. And I was like, this is interesting. This is something I want to get into. So I started making a video here and there on the side. I was actually using my phone to like record the screen at the time. Went forward a couple of years, didn't really get any traction. And then now, I want to say about 2.5, 3 years ago, I was just busy going through the electronics bit at Pick and Pay, and my grandmother's like, "So, do you want a PlayStation 4? I'm like, "Bruh, what?" she hooks me up. We got a little bit of credit with the people, so we get one, and that's when I really started like getting my stuff up to scratch. I was making probably about 5-6 videos a day, like recording 5 or 6 recording sessions a day, and it wasn't going very well for myself because I'm not very good at editing. It like really drains me as a person. So I had a friend of mine do a bit of my editing stuff and putting it up onto YouTube. And then that's when I realized the whole video production thing doesn't really work for me. I tend to get sidetracked a lot and I can't keep a conversation with myself. So I tried streaming to YouTube, and that's when things really started to take off. And I want to say around about 2019, end of 2019, start of 2020, things started to like plateau and like flatten off, and 5-6 views here and there per stream. And that's when I was like, okay, I'm gonna go over to Twitch. And I signed up like January of this year, and I'm already sitting on like 67 followers, and I made like $30 out of it already. So I'm pretty happy with it.
Nice, you're doing a lot better than we did when we first started on Twitch. But then again, YouTubers moving to Twitch is like it's a different thing altogether. Because we were always more like YouTube, and then we tried Twitch for a while. We realized that Twitch is just it's schedules and it's Twitch.
No, it's not just that. It's like when we play games, we tend to get lost in them, and then
so
we forgot to. We forget to speak to each other, but over in that we forget to speak to chat. So it's kind of pointless where you're trying to have that conversation, and then there's like absolute silence for the longest period of time because you're so sucked into the game that you're playing. So we went back because we did the Twitch thing for a long time as well, and then we went back onto our YouTube videos and we're like, hey, wait, we're actually better and funnier behind the scenes, so like doing pre-recorded things, and we made the move back. But we still do our Twitch streaming, obviously.
It's not very often. We're the thing is the editing thing. Neither of us kids realized that editing is actually a lot harder than it really normally is. And she saw what Josh did when we first hired our obviously Josh
Toast,
Mr. Toast. She saw what he did for the first time, and she was like, "Wow, okay, this guy is obviously a shit ton better than we are. He should be doing the editing." So, we were looking for an editor, so we put him through that, and that's how we became YouTubers. Went back to YouTubing. So yeah. What games do you play, dude? I mean, what is the crux of the gameage that you?
What
like
can
to
people
do?
watch on your Twitch when you play? Or
Well,
even on your YouTube, because I know that's still going as well.
Yeah, I do put my VODs on my YouTube still after the fact, see whatever picks off, and then if it does take off one or the other, just like chop and change and switch up. But I play anything and everything basically. At the moment I'm running a playthrough of Life is Strange 2. You were actually in chat for that, I think.
Me.
Yeah, that was fun. Thanks for dropping by.
You see the SA Geeks, it's Kez.
Yeah, 90% of the time, if anyone sees the SA Geeks on Twitch, it's usually me.
100% of the time, it's Kez. If you're gonna, whenever you see me, it'll be Ziffus Diffus. Anyway,
Good
yes, you were
user.
saying. Well, it's my nickname, just like the Romanesque version.
I also play a lot of Apex with a couple of my friends. We like get together and we just have a good time. We give ourselves some challenges, see what we can do. I also play a bit of Rocket League here and there, and something I've really gotten into recently is that indie arena shooter Splitgate. I'm really into that now, so I've been streaming that a lot recently.
Why do I recognize that name?
It's like Halo mixed with Portal, mixed with like Unreal Tournament, basically.
Oh yeah, that's probably why a lot of people were talking about that. How it's actually become quite a good game. Okay.
I picked up on a whim and I was like, okay, this is amazing.
yeah. I think the thing is, what I'm seeing, though, I don't know if you've seen it as well, but it's a lot of the battle royales are going the way of Minecraft, where you've now got your niche, people who play it and all that stuff, and then the market is just no longer as as big as it used to be. People aren't really watching the battle royales anymore. So you got to watch out for the next trend, and we're going to figure out what the next trend is.
Well, the next trend is Blood Hunt.
No, that's a battle royale.
Yeah.
What the next trend
but
of
it's
games.
still well, the next battle royale trend that's going to happen, I think,
Blood
will
Hunt,
be
yes.
Blood Hunt.
But yeah, not as a trend like that, but like the next genre of games, because they're about to switch over to something else now.
Yeah.
The people are starting to get bored with watching the same old thing every single day. Because you know what, to be honest, I've never really had a lot of interest in watching it or playing it for that matter. Because I don't like doing the same thing over and over again. It's repetitive and boring. So if I'm going to do that, I'll play my JRPGs. But yeah, we'll see what the next thing is. Oh yeah, Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, you know, that's the thing. I mean, it basically started with PUBG and Fortnite coming out of nowhere, and then everybody was hopping onto it. You got Round Royale, you got Apex, you got like COD, like Warzone. They tried Battle Royale 4. You've got Firestorm with Battlefield 5. I think even CS:GO tried a battle royale at a stage, and you know, it's oversaturating the market. I think, yeah.
Yeah, I see that role playing is coming back in now. A lot of people are looking at or starting to watch videos of role playing, like come to think of it, 5M.
D&D things.
Not just D&D, but I'm talking about like proper role playing, like you're playing a game, like an open world game, and you play role playing. Like you look at your GTA 5M, a lot of people are playing that now, where you actually role play in GTA. There's a whole bunch of people doing that and watching that now. I'm thinking that it's likely to be games like that are going to start picking up again. So Kez and I are probably going to have to look at finding one of those to do on our YouTube channel games now. It's going to be quite difficult. But yeah, it looks like the market has changed. Do you have any idea that, I mean, are you planning on actually going through that?
I mean, myself as well, because I also do a bit of role play here and there in Minecraft, kind of Dream SMP-esque style. And what I've noticed is that those streams generally do better on my Twitch than my other Battle Royale and story-based game stuff. So there's definitely a shift there. I feel like the influence that the Dream SMP has had on Twitch as a whole is just shifting the market to a completely different place nowadays.
You see, that's also my thought as well, is that, you know, fads come and go, and thankfully the ones that I don't like disappear, and then I can actually focus on the ones that I do like. But yeah, when it comes to it, I like the idea of the Dream SMP. It's quite an interesting idea of doing that. But yeah, getting Kez into that is going to be impossible. She hates Minecraft.
I'm not a big fan.
So I've got to find something else. I'm thinking we do something along the lines of, if we can get Arc or Atlas working correctly, we might do something like that where she can actually, you know, build.
I don't want to build. I want to hoard. I want to collect. I want to.
Well, that's why.
I want to build my armies. I want my Dodo army. But the problem with Arc is the tethering.
Oh, that's why we got to get onto a server. We're going to literally go onto one of the Arc servers. So, the best way to do that would obviously go into either an Arc server or an Atlas server, and actually you can have your kitty army if you want to in Atlas. Where you can...
No, we have a real life kitty army. Why do I want a fake kitty army?
Because the fake kitties are very cute. They can sit on your shoulder.
Kitty army is superior, that's why.
Yes, exactly.
But real kitty armies are better.
Fine, you can have a monkey army.
No.
A horsey army.
No.
I'm claiming the horse army.
Anyway.
Tigers in it. Tiger army.
Anyway, aside from Life is Strange and Apex and those types of games, what other games are you currently playing that you find quite interesting?
Well, things that I find interesting at the moment, I've gotten into the isometric RPG Thronebreaker by CD Projekt. Came out of...
Yes.
I've been playing that recently.
How is it?
It's an interesting take. I enjoy it. I'm not very far in. Only played about an hour and a half so far, but what they're doing with it, I like it so far. It kind of feels like Diablo but The Witcher, basically. So I like.
Yeah, that actually sounds quite cool.
It does.
I don't think you've actually chucking it on the PC.
I do recommend it very much so. The only thing is the combat is based in the style of like Gwent. So if you haven't played The Witcher, you're gonna suck at first. But, as a Gwent connoisseur, again, I'm doing pretty well for myself.
Nice.
Are you a proper Gwen connoisseur, or are you a Gwen connoisseur like Toast is a Dark Souls veteran where he keeps dying?
No, I'm a Gwen connoisseur in the fact, like, I prefer the standalone game that was available to the little side game in The Witcher.
Like, okay, he actually collected everything.
I did. I even got the DLC cards.
Nice.
I tried playing Gwent I never played the actual game when it came out afterwards. I don't think I did. But in the game itself, I struggled, and I was just like trying to avoid those missions as best as I could. Like, oh, you need to go and do this, you need to go and get this card, or you need to go and play Gwent. I'm like, nope, let's go find something else to do.
With me, of my 180 hours into The Witcher 3 so far, I'd say 100 of those were Gwent.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
I've sunk way into it.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm like in everything. I do pretty much everything when it comes to it. So I don't just play one part of The Witcher. I'm always doing a whole bunch of other things.
Everything, yeah.
I try and get everything done in the game as much as possible. That's my.
It's the only way to do it.
Yeah. Exactly.
There is no other way.
Exactly, there is no other way.
Mm.
Stretch.
Don't make fun of me stretching, otherwise I'm gonna stop.
Yeah. Feeling the shoulders.
It's like, oh no, you're stretching. No, I'm not.
No.
After stretching comes yawning, and then after yawning comes sleep. Not yet. The day is young.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
I don't know. I just built that up now, so.
Well, we literally woke up, turned on PCs, made coffee, and sat down, and we've been at our desks ever since.
Yeah.
But it's fine. It kind of works because then we've got enough content for the next 2 weeks so that we can actually take a proper vacation from Friday and go and just chill, which kind of helps. So no sleep just yet.
Yeah, no sleep just yet, but we're on leave from next week, so we've got the luxury of being able to. Oh, Stream Deck or Steam Deck.
Anyway, stop staring at your screen.
What do you think about the Steam Deck, dude? What do you think about the Steam Deck?
The Steam Deck.
Yeah.
That is a mixed bag of thoughts there. You know, I feel like many companies have tried the whole handheld thing. I mean, we had the Wii U, we had the PSP, the PS Vita. You know, I feel like it's going to be a very niche thing that not many people are going to get, and it's just going to die away.
I know full well that I'm getting it. And the reason why I'm getting it is because, I think Kiz and I are both going to get it because we're, we aren't always going to be at home. You know, we'll eventually we're going to have to go down to South Africa and, have a good time down there, and we need to play our games.
Yeah, you do.
And it's a PC away from our PCs, so that's where the Stream Deck for us would come in handy. Is because we can actually connect to the internet, and just download the games from wherever we are and play from there. So for us, that's where it'll come in handy.
That is useful and it makes it different, but at the
I agree, it is
end of the
market.
day, but it is it going to do well? Is it going to sell well? How long is it going to last before it dies out?
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, I've still got a Vita, and I'm planning on buying the slim versions that I can
but there's not that many people out there that do still have them, and even if you have them, when last did you actually, aside from secondhand stores, when did you actually see one that you could get like brand new? I think the only place you can get them is secondhand, or you have to pay immense shipping costs, and even then, is it really worth it?
No, not from Japan. The shipping costs from Japan are quite cheap. So, look, the console is still quite expensive, and they're going for like £250. So they are still quite expensive. But at the end of the day, it's what you're getting. You know, that's the whole thing. The reason why I want another one is so that I can actually have a one without the crack on it, because I've got the whole crack thing, so that I can play like old vintage games on it, which you can't play on any other platform. Well, you can, but it's not as fun if you don't have if you can't take it with you. So that's the reason why I've got it the way it is, so that I can play like your old Mario Brothers and all those kinds of games, and some of the homebrews that they've got for the Vita as well are quite epic. So play some of those games. If you've seen some of the homebrews that they've got for the Vita, you'll understand it's quite awesome.
There's still a very niche community of people who are still very passionate about it.
Yeah.
But let's be honest with each other. The biggest next like portable gaming thing that's going to be around is either if Nintendo decides to do like a new iteration of the Switch after the Switch Lite, and mobile. Mobile is like becoming the thing nowadays, and you know, a lot of people are very upset about it, but it's the way that things are going.
It is, but you know, the whole thing is I've seen the games on the mobile phones and I'm just not interested. It is so crap. The games are like, you know what, it's the same stupid shit. It's like the same stupid shit that's just plastered over with a new picture.
Or a different game, like the Pokemon Go, and then the Witcher the Witcher Monster Slayer one. It's the same idea, where you're not catching Pokemon, but you're killing monsters. It's still the same thing, where you've got to swipe and. Why?
Exactly. It's like I've got this game called Guns of Glory, and I've got this game called Era of Chaos. They're exactly the same game. On top of that, I've got another game. I've deleted half of them all from my phone now.
I don't have any games on my phone.
I've got one called Mighty Party, which is exactly the same as all of the others. And where's the other one? Here somewhere.
I lie, I've got two. I've got the Pokemon one and the Witcher one, but that's about it. And I hardly even touch them, because to me, your phone is not really for... I know that's the way it's going, but your phone shouldn't actually be for playing games. Your phone is for phoning people, messaging people, keeping in contact.
And also, I don't like touching a screen.
I'm not a big fan of it as well, because like your fingers sometimes are big or oily, or like in my case, I like to grow my nails out, and then you can't really click it properly because it's your nail and not your finger,
and also the screen gets in the way. So I think if it was going to go into the whole handheld, I don't think mobile is a good idea. These things would have to be a shit ton bigger for that to actually work.
And then we're going back in time again.
Yeah, that's why Nintendo Switch is such a good thing, because the Switch is basically a screen, not this size, but a bigger one like this. It's much bigger than this, but it's got two controllers on it as well, on left and right. So you're not busy covering up your game while you're playing with it, because essentially what you're doing with this is you're covering up your game, because you've got your X, Y, Z buttons on this side, and you've got your little analog stick over here. You're covering up your screen, so you can't see what's happening.
Yeah.
And you're moving across the screen, and eventually your finger goes all the way across your screen. You're like covering up half the map. So in my opinion, I think that they need to. If they're going to do something like that, you need to actually have those silly little controller devices that you connect to your phone.
That would just be silly.
And it is just dense. It makes no sense. Then I'll just get a Vita, or I'll just get a.
No, I would just get if it goes that route. I would just get a Switch, to be honest.
Yeah, well, I'm like I said, I'm just gonna get a Steam Deck, because all of my games are on Steam anyway, and most of the stuff that's on Nintendo, other than Nintendo franchised games, are on Steam anyway. So why would I want to go for a Nintendo Switch if I can just get a Steam Deck?
How do you feel about it?
I mean, you know, I was busy reading an article on it, and you know, it seems like they're not gonna release a lot of the more popular, as they said, Steam games onto the Steam Deck. So I don't know. I don't feel like it's got big enough appeal to really be like the next big thing.
Yeah,
if you ask.
Yeah, we'd have to see it. That's why I said I'm not going to buy it outright. We're going to wait until it releases. The same as when the PS5 came out and everyone was buying it up very quickly. I'm not buying it. We still haven't got it. And we'll wait until we have a house, and even then, I'd like to just see what is going to happen, or whether it's actually worth it to buy the PS5. At the moment, there's no point. There really isn't. There are hardly any games for the PS5. Most of the games are still on PS4, and I've got a PC as well. So at this point, I'm playing on my PC and my PS4. I'm not actually interested in playing anything else at the moment. And yeah, I'll wait. I'm happy to wait. And anyway, my PC is pretty beastly. She's nice and strong.
Yeah, which is what I don't get as well, is I feel like Sony actually anticipated a lot of people to wait later into the generation before they bought it, because of how limited the stock that they shipped internationally was.
Exactly,
I mean, if I'm not mistaken, South Africa only received, I want to say, about 10,000 units of PS5 at release, or something like that.
It was something ridiculous like that, yeah. And
it was like a absurdly small amount, and you know, people were jumping on it, and then they were like, sorry. So
your sale took a lot, or the sale of PS5s in your country took a lot longer to go out of stock than here in the UK.
Yeah.
Here in the UK, they went out of stock like the day the PS5 came out. It was gone. They were all gone.
But that's also because of the price difference. So like in the UK, it's an affordable price. In South Africa, that price that you had to pay for either the digital or the hard copy version
price as it would be converted.
It's the same price as it would be converted, but
that's why.
For a lot of people, that's like your whole salary, or if not more. So you have to save or skimp on things just so that you can try and get the PlayStation.
See, that's something that I don't like about how consoles are sold down in South Africa.
They don't think it through.
They don't do price adjustments according to the market. You've got a country where money is not you're not earning as much as you would in the UK. For us, we could buy, if we really wanted to, we could buy a PS5 at the end of this month. If we had the money, we could, or if we had the stock here, we could buy one at the end of this month. Once Kiz and I get paid, we can take that £500 and not put it into our house fund where we're busy trying to buy a house. We could take it there and buy a PS5 if we wanted to. But we earn in pounds. Now what they've done is they've taken that price that we earn in pounds.
No, they've taken the dollar price.
No, the pound price. They've taken the pound price because it's all UK shipping. So everything from South Africa is UK shipping. It's PAL. It's all designed for PAL. If it was US, it'd be NTSC, and it might even be more expensive because of the fact that the dollar is well against the rand is stronger. But the pound is hugely
anything
strong.
Against the rand is stronger.
So what they've done is they've taken the PS5 pricing here, which is about £550, and they've said, oh, okay, well, what we're going to do is we're just going to go, okay, here you go, PS5, boom, South Africa.
Convert.
Exact conversion. So it's going £550. You guys are paying £550 for a PlayStation 5. That is someone's salary. It's ridiculous. I mean,
it was, what, 10, 12K in rand, and most people I know earn about 7, 8 at most.
Yeah, Kiz earned 12K when she was working at the dump company that you were working at.
And then it dropped, and because I went to a different company and they couldn't afford my salary, and I was desperate for a job. So they said, look, we can only afford to pay you 8. And I was like, okay, well, I need the money, so it's fine. But I was in that bracket where I was at one point earning 12K and at one point earning 8K, and that's my whole salary.
Yeah, gone. It disappears that quickly. So here in the UK, it's affordable for people to buy a PlayStation 5. Here, most people can buy a PS5 because it's affordable. It's not like it's going to be, like people are going to be hard up for that. Because people buy, honestly, dude, we look at the TVs that some people buy and they're like £1,000. And it's like, I'm not spending that kind of money on a TV. Yeah, I'm not spending that kind of money on a fucking TV. It's just a TV. So we are going to buy a new TV. We do need another TV. So, but it's only when we move to our new house that we're going to do that.
Ooh, we should be like those crazy people that have the TV the size of the wall.
Oh God.
Imagine gaming on something like that.
What we'll do with that is we're going to then buy a PS5. We're going to connect the PS5 to the new TV. And the PS4 will then be connected to the old PC. So we'll have the games fitting.
We'll have a game TV and a TV.
Well, no, the TV and the TV with the games with the PS5 is going to be the game TV as well, because games on the PS5 is Gran Turismo.
Yeah, you gotta upscale it. Yeah.
Okay, well,
Gran Turismo
again,
7,
that's
yeah.
why I say we need 3 TVs, because we have an old PS4 and a new PS4. So we need
So you
one
have to
that we
buy
can.
two
We
TVs.
need a designated TV to plug into the PlayStation so that we can watch like Netflix and Amazon and stuff.
Yeah, and that's where the old PlayStation 4 comes in. That's the very
See?
the day
Being
one
productive,
PS4.
thinking properly.
Yeah. And then we got the PS4 Pro, and we'll have the PS5. But we've also got our PCs. We have to get second screens for these.
Yeah.
So, and that actually is important now because we're having issues with our recordings, which is Kiz is busy focusing on her sound constantly now. And it's terrible. It is
I
actually
see the
very
constant like.
yeah, she's doing that. And I'm doing the same thing every once in a while. I'll check my sound to make sure it's running, and then
It's hard because like if you only have one screen, you need to look at what you're doing, but there's also stuff in the background, and if it doesn't work, like with our Minecraft video that's going to go up, it was a really well done episode and it was quite long, but Toast had to cut it short because my mic was fine, and then all of a sudden it just decided I'm going to stop working halfway through.
yeah.
And I didn't know because I thought it was fine.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Where if you
shit
have
like
that
that happens.
monitor, you can just have like Audacity running on the next screen
See
or
it. Yeah,
whatever.
exactly.
Yeah.
But it must be hard for you as well because you stream from your
From your
PlayStation.
PlayStation, that can't be easy, dude. I mean, I remember streaming from the PlayStation. I hated it. How is it
No,
for you?
It's an ordeal, definitely. At this point, it's basically I have to take chat's word for audio on it. Otherwise, I can't really tell what's going on. Normally, what I do is I have like my stream running on my phone, so I can like check my audio, see if everything's running nice and smooth. But 90% of the time, you don't have the time to stop streaming, stop engaging with the audience to check that everything is running, and then go back to it, because that's when you lose engagement. So I have to take their word for it. If they say it's good, then I have to believe that and just move on.
Yeah. Are you do you use a separate PC to record? Are you using what are they called again?
Overlays.
No, man. I think that we plug into the PlayStation to plug into the PC.
But a capture card.
Capture card, yeah. Do you use a capture card, or are you just running straight from the PlayStation?
No, I'm just using the built-in DVR for now.
Oh, jeez.
Things
that
are a
must
bit
be
tight to
nightmarish.
get
My
like
God.
that.
But I must say that your streams actually don't look like you're streaming from your PlayStation with the way you have it set up and stuff. Like, obviously, if you have ever streamed from a PlayStation, you can see it because when like someone comes in, there's the little thing on the side that tells you that there's X amount of people watching or X amount of comments that have come through and stuff, and that's from the PlayStation. But the rest of your layout is done really well so that it doesn't look like you're actually streaming from the PlayStation directly and not going through a different outsourced kind of thing.
Yeah, that helps a lot, obviously. Because it gives you a good. I mean, your viewership obviously enjoys seeing that.
Yeah.
Yes,
I get what you.
yeah, well, exactly. So tell us, are you getting Cyberpunk at some point? Are you going to play that live on your stream when you do? Yeah.
I actually have it at the moment, and I've been playing through. Somewhat slow here and there since patch 1.23 actually.
Yeah.
But if people ask for it, then I will go out of my way and start a fresh game up if people want to see that. That's how I go. Like, I work off of chat's energy. If they're hyped and they're excited, then I get hyped and everything's going well. Where things are chill, I'm chill, they're chill, you know. So if people want it, I'll do it. They just need to say.
How far have you gotten in the game?
That's a tricky one. I'd say I'm
I'm
probably
the
around
furthest.
3 hours in, thereabouts.
Yeah, I'm the furthest.
Yeah, Kiz has been playing the game a lot more than
I've
than
pushed
I
through
have.
since day one. I've been pushing through all the bugs, all the updates, all the everythings. I just go, okay, that's there. Okay, cool. Carry on. Because I don't focus on the bugs. I focus on the story, and I focus on the missions. And it's actually, if you do it that way, it's actually a very entertaining game.
No,
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
something
the way that I saw it at the time was, you know, I don't want to like spoil anything for anybody who still wants to watch it or play it or anything, but the whole experience with Johnny, I saw the bugs as being like him influencing your experience in a way.
That's very cleverly done.
So yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a very good way to look at it. It's like thinking about like Metal Gear Solid when they used to when they not Metal Gear Solid, Batman when they made it look like they crashed
The fake
game.
crash.
Oh, dude,
Oh.
it was so brilliantly done though. That was so well done. I thought that that is how you really screw with the player. That is a brilliant way to actually screw with the player.
Yeah.
I think that Cyberpunk. The thing is, I've never had a problem with Cyberpunk. I knew that when they said we're going to release the game, but then they held it back, and I was like, yeah, the game's not going to be ready when it's launched. When they did that, I knew the game wasn't going to be ready when it was launched. The only reason why I knew that is because I have followed CD Projekt Red from The Witcher 2. And when The Witcher 2 came out, not many people know this, but the game was broken. It was not in good working condition. And they had to fix it. So there was a 2 or 3 gig patch that came out with The Witcher 2 to fix the game that was broken when it came out. Same thing happened with The Witcher 3. The game came out broken. Yeah. So when they pushed back that deadline, I was like, yeah, the higher ups have gone and fucked up again and the game is not ready. And it's going to come out broken. Which is fine. It happens. Yeah. And I expected it from CD Projekt Red. So if you expect it, you're not going to go and sell your game or return your game because, oh no, I'm pissed off and I don't want this game anymore. So I'd rather return the game, get my money back, and go and buy some other stupid game like fucking Odyssey or something like that because everyone wants to support Ubisoft. Yeah.
Ubi shit, more like, but yeah.
Ubi shit, exactly.
But that is something that I have witnessed as well. Is when The Witcher 3 came out, not many people knew about CD Projekt. They weren't aware of it. When reviews started coming in from like IGN, GameSpot, everybody's like, huh, who are these guys? Let's try this. And by the time they got into it, the game was already patched to a point where it was like near perfection, and they're like, oh, this is their level of work. So they came into Cyberpunk, false expectations of work that they fixed and had improved upon. Which is why all of the people who get so mad at them and are like, oh, but the reviewers had to sign a non-disclosure agreement and because there were bugs and all of that and they knew it. It's like, yeah, they knew about it, but the fact is that there are always issues, and if they fix it and it's still an enjoyable experience, then why are you bitching and complaining about it?
Exactly. And also, if you know the company as well as some of the people who've actually followed CD Projekt Red, like myself, if you know the company as well as you do, you know that the higher-ups are arseholes and they're going to force the game to be released early and it's going to come out broken. But you also know that the devs are going to work their asses off to fix the game and make sure that it's good for you. And I trust that. That's why we never returned our game, because we knew that was going to happen. And we've got a couple of friends who regretted actually returning the game because now they can't play it. Because they
none shall be named.
Yeah, none shall be. They won't be named. But they got the digital version for PS5 as well. And you know that you return the digital version,
you're not getting it back.
And of course, it took a long time for it to come. Exactly. And it took a long time for it to come back to the PSN. And there was no one else's fault. Yeah, exactly. It happened recently. Yeah. And people were like, oh, but I want to play and now I can't play because I've only got a digital PS5 and I don't have a PS4 anymore. And I don't know how I can't play the game now. And it's like, well, tough titties for you, buddy. You sold the game. It's your own fault. You
make your bed.
Exactly. I kept the game because I knew that this was that eventually the game was going to get good, and it was going to take a while for it to come back on the PSN. So while people were complaining about it not being on the PSN, I was playing up a storm. I'm loving this game. I'm really enjoying it. The update's good. The game's been fixed quite nicely. I'm enjoying this.
Well, actually, you haven't played it that much. I've played it the most.
No, I haven't played it that much, but I've also been playing things like Kingdom Come Deliverance and all other games. Because right now I've been like super playing Kingdom Come Deliverance, like
I just got
deeply in it.
I just got into that.
Oh, dude, what a game! Sorry, Angel.
I was gonna say we had a whole thing about it in the previous episode, but if the two of you can discuss it, then it's fine. We can talk about it again.
Yes, no. To give you an idea, okay, we already spoke about this with Candy, but we'll talk about it with this as
because you know the game.
Yeah, because you know the game. But essentially, I was playing it on PS4. And I got really far on PS4 at the moment. I think Henry is I'm level 20 with swords, so I've got like full level for my sword, and I'm busy doing my axe and all that stuff. But I'm building up his fighting ability before attempting to actually fight in big fights, because Jesus, you get fucked up in PlayStation. Eh? I tried, but now you see, here's the problem. Yeah, exactly. Here's the problem though. Kez is in the lounge a lot, and she can't watch me play the game because it makes her very sick. Because she gets motion sickness quite quickly, so she can't watch me playing Kingdom Come. So I can't play in the lounge when she's in the lounge because she's busy watching, and she's going to watch while I'm playing. So what I've done is, okay, I'll leave her to watch TV or whatever in the lounge, and I'll play on my PC because I just bought the game for the PC. It's easier on PC than it is on PlayStation, dude. You'll actually be surprised. Sword fighting with a mouse and keyboard is a fuck ton easier than with a controller. I don't know how that works.
Probably because of the fidgety aiming system, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't
aiming
know.
system, dude. How? Okay, I don't know if you've noticed it. The game is still slightly broken, which is fine. It's part of the game now, so it's you just get used to it. But when you aim, like if you put your sword into like the right and you hold your right stick for too long, do you also disconnect from the fight?
Yeah, that happens to me as well. Like it's like that, and then
suddenly you're out of the fight.
Turn, and it would disengage, and I'm like,
yeah. Oh, I know that used to kill me, and
thank you, Snowball.
And then you've also got the I don't know if you have problems fighting against multiple people as well. I mean, I've built up my character quite a lot, and I still can't fight against if they're like weak bandits. I can beat the crap out of all of them, but then you get these guys, these soldiers that are like, they're mid-level, but I should be able to at least take a couple out, and they keep fucking me up. I don't know if we're supposed to actually build up teams. We're supposed to have other people join us or whatnot, or if the dog is supposed to help, because that dog is really terrible. He doesn't fight anything. Excuse my French, but Mutt is a piece of shit.
And we just did something for the animals. How dare you?
I'm sorry, but he's not a good fighter. He's not a good fighter. Dog. He's good for hunting, but he's not good for fighting. He's lost his camera.
Not my tripod. Post.
Yeah, so he's not a good fighting dog, but he is very much a good hunting dog. So when you go hunting for rabbits or whatnot, you say go fetch, he fetches it and brings it back. But with you, have you got any? Are you fighting with just like yourself, or do you actually have people that are fighting alongside you as well? Like,
I mean, personally, with those types of games, I tend to take it more solo. In a way, it's just how I take
multiplayer though. But what I mean is, like, when you
people in the game.
In the beginning,
companions,
when you have those NPCs, your companions fight with you. Do you
normally? But are definitely the issue, especially on the controller as well. Because coming over from something like The Witcher or Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, it's like a completely different system, and the parrying is a bit dodgy at times. The hit detection is
work, eh?
Yeah. So I normally just shield and when they're a little bit like tired, I just spam.
You're like me, dude. You're like, block. Okay, now that your stamina's down, fuck you. I'm also one of those. I'm one of those charge dudes. Yeah, I'm one of those charge dudes. It's like, I literally, I'm one of those people. I'll fight, but if I can, what I do is I like to run right up to them, get the sword in their face, and then push them away, and then yuck them, and just carry on. Because once you hit them once, once you hit them once, it's not like when you're training with is it Robot? It's Robot, yeah, the guy who you train sword fighting with.
Yeah,
it's not like fighting with him because he somehow is always good. No matter what you do, that guy is always good at battle. But if you fight against other people and you actually go into them with a sword, their stamina runs out really quickly. So you can beat the fuck out of them so fast. So I found that, and you know what's really bad, and I'm so sad now because I haven't played it I can't play it on PlayStation as often. I got full plate armor, dude. Like I found a bandit who was actually in the forest with full plate armor, and he didn't know how to use it properly.
No.
He's got not all the way down. Unfortunately, there's no chest armor and things like that. But his helmet and his arms and his legs were all full plate, dude. Oh,
lucky,
dude, man. That was like the best, dude. It was like the freaking. As I killed him, I'm like, did I just kill this dude? Yes!
Yes!
I was so happy when I got that armor. It was like it was something else
Game.
getting that armor. Yeah, because it makes it a lot harder for you to die. but yes, you know, it's a fun game. It really is. Your experiences, apparently that game was also, I mean, over and above the fact that it was quite badly reviewed. I don't see why. Like I said, I don't trust any game reviewers. I believe that video game journalists don't know what the hell they're talking about. They are constantly reviewing games that are actually really good and giving them bad scores, and reviewing bad games and giving them good scores. So I don't trust them. But since the game was so badly reviewed, your thoughts on Kingdom Come Deliverance? I mean, what do you think so far since you've been playing it? Is it worth? Do you think it stands up to the scores that the critics gave it, or the scores that the players gave it?
I mean, personally with myself, just a little bit of preface on this first. At first I tried getting into Skyrim. You know, everybody was so big on Skyrim, and they're like, oh, Skyrim, and tried getting into it. About 2-3 hours in, I was like, nah, this is not for me. I feel like Kingdom Come Deliverance is what people said Skyrim should have been, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like the depth of the combat system, the self-care, all of the RPG systems are just so well designed and like integrated into the game. You don't eat, you have less stamina, you need to sleep, all of that. It's just mind-blowing how incredibly good the game actually is with the RPG systems, and then you get people like IGN giving it like a 5 out of 10.
Yeah, because it was too hard.
Exactly. It's like they either want something that's simplistic, like Fallout 4's RPG mechanics, or they don't want an RPG at all.
Yeah, no, like I do like my Skyrims, and I do like my Fallout 4s and stuff like that. I don't have a problem with those games. I actually enjoy playing them. But I agree with you with regards to the mechanics to Kingdom Come. The game it's just got that extra bit of RPG. You know, you are actually properly role playing now. You're not just pretending to role play where you're like, oh well, it's fine if I just drink this potion, I'll just magically heal up. No. You get slashed, you've got bleeding. If you've got bleeding damage, it doesn't just go away. You actually have to bandage yourself. So you've got bandages, you've got to use the bandage to heal the bleeding. If you've got a head wound, you're not going to be able to fight as easily. You're going to have a concussion, so you're not going to be able to fight. You also cannot sleep, so you have to make sure that you stay awake for a while until the concussion is gone. It's stupid things like that they put into the game, knowing that little intricacies like that actually just make it just that good.
It's always the finer details in a game that makes it distinguishes between whether it's an okay game or a fantastic game. I mean, a lot of people are always like Fallout New Vegas is the best Fallout, and like every time I ask someone why is Fallout New Vegas so good, and they're like, oh, it's like the little things, you know, like the crit damage on this, or the different ways you can take a mission. It's like, it's not the main mechanic, but it's always the small things that makes it fantastic or shit. And there's no in between, I don't think. Exactly,
and that's why people are like, you know, GTA 6 is going to be coming out at some point. They've already Rockstar's been hinting at GTA 6 and all that stuff. They have been obviously working around the clock to get this game as perfect as possible, because here's the issue: we all know what gamers are like.
Super fussy, whiny people.
Yeah, especially the ones that hype things up. Now, most gamers are fine. Most gamers are fine people, guys. We're not judging every one of you. It's only the ones that go out there and.
But it's always the little many, the few that make the many look bad. Yeah,
because they will hype this thing up and they'll be like, "Oh, it's going to be the best game ever," and then like when it comes out and it's not, then they're the ones who scream. And you know what they always say? It's the few that scream the loudest, and it's true.
Yeah.
Because exactly. It's always the few that scream the loudest. You know, perfect example, as you're pointing right there. See, Cyberpunk, perfect example. But
that's
GTA
a nasty
6
cough you have there.
But GTA 6, if they overhype it, what's going to happen? Same thing that
it's going to fall flat.
Yep, same thing that happened to Cyberpunk. It's going to hit the ground hard and it's going to splatter. And the last thing Rockstar needs is that kind of is that to happen to them. They're a good company. They make the games well.
They are.
They're not. I have no. Sorry.
That they've made. Look at everything that they've made. LA Noire, GTA San Andreas. Need I say more? Bully, bloody
Bully. What game?
Midnight Club was a good racing game.
Yeah,
and
I liked Midnight Club.
racing before that, you know.
Yeah, that's
Everything that Rockstar does can do no wrong. I mean, not no wrong, but
No, they've made some shitty games.
they have. I mean, everybody in their portfolio has that one child that they're not proud of, you know.
Yeah, the whole thing is it's fine because they're still a good company. They still have the right. They build the games. They have the gamers on their mind. They're trying to actually build the games. GTA Online is a perfect example of how they have the gamers on their mind and how that they are actually looking out for gamers. Yes, you can spend money on shark cards and stuff like that, but you can also make money in game and actually build up your enterprise by working your ass off to do it. It's quite cool. I think it's a very clever idea that they did it that way. It makes the gameplay more enjoyable. It makes it more entertaining. The same thing with Red Dead Redemption. That was where the child that they weren't too sure about was Red Dead Online, because it started out really badly. It was not taken to very well. People did not like how it started out and how it began.
That Red Dead Zombies one was also not that great.
I liked it, but yes,
some people liked it, but a lot of people didn't.
Weirdos like myself and Oxydize liked it.
On my YouTube channel. Self-promotion.
Oh, don't worry about that.
It's
You'll
coming.
be able to plug yourself. You'll be able to plug yourself. Don't worry. But the truth is, it's exactly that. The video games journalists don't really they want to play games on easy mode because it's the now I know a lot of you are going to hate me for saying this, but it's true. It's the participation trophy generation. That's what it is. I want to get a trophy just for playing.
Yeah.
No, I don't agree with it. I don't at all. I'm not saying no to you when you said yeah. I'm just saying no. I don't agree with it. I don't actually agree with that. I'm sorry, but when they complain about the fact that Demon's Souls is so hard. Why can't they just make it easy mode? Because there are other games out there for you, you asshole. You don't have to play that game. If you're not willing to learn how to play the game and get good at it, then don't fucking play it. If you want to run life on easy mode, go play another one. Yeah, get good, scrub. Exactly. Yeah. I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for that. I know I will, and I don't care.
You're going to get cancelled.
I'm probably going to get cancelled, yeah. And I don't care.
Hey, you know what? We haven't been cancelled for our podcast with JJ yet, so it's fine.
Yeah, exactly. But I know we're probably going to get cancelled or at least attacked for the fact that or at least I will, for the fact that I don't agree. I do not agree that we have to change every single fucking game just because some people are incapable of getting good at it. And they're like, what about the disabled people and all of that stuff? And what about all the disabled people who can't really hold a controller properly? I'm sorry, but that's bullshit. Because you know what?
I have seen videos of kids that have like no arms or no hands and play with their feet.
Yeah.
Or play with other things.
And their skills are
and they play games.
Yeah. And not only that though. Also, we've got a friend. We've got a friend down in South Africa who plays with a controller, and he loves Dark Souls. He freaking loves it. All right, he's got it's cerebral palsy as far as I remember.
I don't know.
Okay, nonetheless, he can't hold a controller properly. All right, because his hands are a bit funny and he can't hold them properly. But he doesn't care. He loves gaming, so he's adjusted the controller to how he can play. I don't mind about accessibility. I think it's a good idea to have accessibility in games because there are disabled people out there who do not have the capability to be able to do what we can do with our fingers and stuff like that. That's fine.
But that's nothing to do with the game.
Yes.
It's to do with how you play the game.
Yeah, that's how you can actually access the character and how you can play that particular character and how you can actually dodge and stuff like that. I'm sorry, but if you if you're able-bodied and you can't control a character in Dark Souls, but other people can, but disabled people can, you know what? You have no right to tell them that no, they need to change the game's the game's difficulty to easy mode for disabled people. How do you know that those disabled people want that? Are you disabled? No. So then don't talk about them. It's as simple as that. But then
that's the thing. Everybody, it's like nowadays everybody gets offended on behalf of someone else.
Yeah.
Like if I had to go out now and make a joke about people that are hearing impaired or anything, it'll be all of the people that can hear perfectly fine saying, but like, oh, what, how do you think they feel about it? It's like, are you afflicted with this condition? No, exactly. Don't get butthurt for somebody else's case. I mean, sure, having a sense of solidarity is a good thing, but it's something completely different when you're like, oh, because this game doesn't have color blindness, those with color blindness can't play it properly. But
yes, you've got and yeah, it's ridiculous. It was like when they took shots at Cyberpunk for that epilepsy thing. There was a fucking epilepsy warning in the beginning of the game. It's put into every game.
It was.
Oh yeah, but it can cause seizures. So then don't play the fucking game. It's got the warning.
It even says it in the like game's like user manual. It says if you have a pre-existing condition of epilepsy, please consult a doctor before playing.
Yes, and you know what? Here's the whole thing. The doctor will say that game has got a particular point where the lights are going to set off your reaction. Do not play it. So then don't play the game. Simple.
Yeah, but everybody thinks that they know everything as well. So they're like, oh, it won't happen to me, and then when it does, they want to blame everybody but themselves as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, it's and that's the whole thing. And this is why I say that the journalists need to learn that, you know what, review the game for what it was when you used to review games. That's what I want. Go back to the times when you talked about the technical build of the game, how good the graphics are for the game, whether the controls are actually good or whether they're too sticky. Now, I've played games that I cannot fucking stand because the game's controls are too sticky. And what have I gotten? 10 out of 10 by IGN. And I'm like, why? The controls they're impossible to work with. And they're like, oh no, but it's a good game. No, it's not. So that's why I don't trust them, because their reviews suck, and they really just play games on easy mode. So
yeah, I mean, I was actually listening to Ilana Pierce, who used to work for IGN, her podcast with Troy Baker and what's his name now? Some music composer. I'll come by his name later. But she was saying that while she was working with IGN, because they're like, this is how many games you need to review in this month. Get it done. Basically, every reviewer will have to go in easy so they can complete the game, so they can have a quote-unquote conclusive review done by their quota. It's not the way to be doing it. You should be playing it the way you intended to be played.
Exactly, and
that's also...
Sorry, yeah?
Not saying that rushing through a game on easy mode isn't the right way to play it, but the fact is you're missing out on so much of the other content as well. You might give a good game a bad review, or a bad game a good review, because all of the other content may have been bad, but the main story was good, and if you only play the main story, you're like, oh yeah, good game. Yeah, but
it's not
the average consumer do all the other content and be like, no wait, this isn't that good. Assassin's Creed Origins is one such example. Need I say more?
Yeah.
You've got the main story, which is engaging. It's good. It continues off of what AC 1 through 4 built, of the whole idea of the Templars and everything. It's basically the origins, pun intended, of the AC trilogy. But all of the side content is basically go here, fetch this, kill this guy, do that. And does that warrant a good game or not? Is I think the thing.
Well, exactly. That's the thing. Is I don't mind playing a game where I actually have to grind to get something done. But if you're gonna do it right. Do the grinding right. I mean, I was playing Wildlands, Ghost Recon Wildlands the other day, and there's a lot of grind in that game. There's a shit ton of grind. Some of it is so boring, I don't want to do it. But there are some there are some parts that are quite cool. You get to do some like really cool sneaky missions and stuff like that, which is quite fun. But there's other grind ones that I just don't like.
You know what they should do?
What?
They should have reviewers, so like work in a team of 2 or 3 or whatever, and someone plays the game on easy mode, someone plays the game on hard mode, and someone plays the game on the like super nightmare
Hardcore.
mode. And then you compare notes, because then it's not focused for one person to only do the review. I think that's what they should do.
The thing is, that's what they used to do. If you read PlayStation Magazine back in the 90s and even the early 2000s, you read PlayStation Magazine, you read PC Gamer, you read all of those, and you read the reviews that they brought out. It's like, well, me and Scott here, we sat down and we played this game, you know, and this is what we think of it. Now, the two of them did not play the game the same, and it's always good to have two people playing the game in a different thing, and they used to do that. Now it's just like, come, push out the quota. You need to just review in 4 hours. Come, get it done. Come on, hurry up. You know, it's like, okay, look, if you're gonna make someone finish a game that is meant to be played in a week, you're gonna make them finish it in 4 hours because they have to get this quota out. You know, you're not gonna have. And when I say a week, I mean a week in time, not a week in literal week time, but a proper week. You know, you're never going to get a good review for a game. This is also why, you know, the reviewers are supposed to be paid so much, because they literally have to sit from 9 in the morning until about 9 at night. So 12 hours they've got to sit and play this game every single day to get this game done, so that they've played through every tiny little piece of it. Which is what I'm trying to do with Kingdom Come. I'm going to want to give a review of this game once I'm done, because I want to actually do it justice. Only because I believe that this game actually deserves a better score than it got. And I will be putting a review up on our channel with that when it comes out, when I'm done with it. But the thing is, you know, there was a perfect example of someone playing the game on easy mode and then saying, oh no, the game is terrible, because they went through one part of the story. They didn't actually grow. They didn't grow as a character, you know, because they were given the cheats on the computer and the console codes, so that they could just go through the game really quickly and get it done. Yeah, okay, you're gonna learn some history, and I bet you it was one of those, I don't need to study history, this is so boring. It's like, yeah, but you're not being sucked into the world of Kingdom Come. You're not being sucked into Henry's life and what his life was all about. You're not being sucked into to Teresa's life and what her life was all about. Anyway. You're literally just playing and ending, and that's why, yeah, we keep saying that it's. I don't like journalism. I don't. Journalists are no longer. I mean, they're crybabies now. You know, they're no longer the people that we know. So
yeah.
Any of the good ones are all gone. They've stopped being journalists and they've gone into different.
Yeah, they decided to quit and start like podcasts or whatever.
And now they're making millions doing that. And you look at like the lady from IGN you were talking about. She's got a freaking podcast, and she's doing so well with that podcast now as well. Especially, I mean, having Troy Baker with her, you know, she's doing well because he's a voice actor. And of course there's Nolan North as well, who's you know, I dig him. I think he's a freaking brilliant voice actor. Listen, you know, you play Guild Wars, and every time I hear Mordremoth, all I can think about is Nolan North. Wow.
You can just picture there,
yeah, his voice, dude, the way he changed it to sound like that was unbelievable.
Because we got to see him in action and how he changes with like the characters that he does when he was at Comic-Con. And we managed to catch one of the script readings with him and Troy and some of the guys from the Good Fighter and a few others, and he had like all those different voices, and he said, which ones should I do? And people would throw different characters, and you could actually see his expression and his emotions and everything like change. And he's literally just reading off a piece of paper, and now when you play those games and you know that it's him, you're like, oh wait, he actually went 110% in when he was doing this, which is really awesome to see.
No, I love these voice actors that actually love their jobs so much that they actually do it. They
It's not just, oh, I'm reading this line, I'm reading this line like this.
Like
they like
call it in.
flail their arms and.
You know, it's like if you watch the behind the scenes of like animated movies as well. What do you see the voice actors doing there? They're animated. They're doing what they're saying in the script, and the fact is that it's going to sound like a cheesy derivative word to use, but they are method acting. But the only difference is that it's just the voice.
Exactly.
But it's mind-boggling to hear this. I mean, anybody who knows some of Nolan and Troy's work know the range that they have on them.
Yes.
And the only way you can do that is by engrossing yourself into who this character is, what their motivations are, and just becoming the character.
Yeah, which is exactly why Troy Baker and Nolan North have their own channel about when they play games and stuff. They're gamers themselves, because they know that they've got to actually get into the characters that they play, because you can't get into the Joker. I think it's Troy who's now playing the Joker, but you can't get into the Joker and as the voice actor without actually being the Joker as a voice actor. From what I remember, the one interview he said he actually sat down with Mark Hamill to get the ideas behind how to actually become the Joker, and Mark said, look, it just be the character, just be the character, get into their mindsets. Sometimes actors can go a little too far. Heath Ledger, rest in peace. Because that guy, he went way too far into his character, and he went insane in real life. And wow, he played the Joker so well, but the problem was
a little too well.
He got into his mind, and it fucked with his head. And then you got other actors. Look, I don't fault him. I think that he would make a very good Joker. Is what's his name?
Robert Pattinson.
No.
Christian Bale.
No, Joker, not Batman.
Oh, Joker. I don't know.
Christian Bale was a good Batman.
Joaquin Phoenix, maybe?
No, Joaquin Phoenix was a good Joker. He is actually a bloody good Joker.
I don't know who else you could be thinking of.
Man, the one in Suicide Squad, what's his fucking name?
Oh, Jared Leto.
Jared Leto.
Yeah, Jared Leto. Yeah.
He would make a good Joker, because he's got the Joker he would make is the cartoon Joker. That's his Joker.
Over the top. Yeah,
over the top, crazy kind of laughter.
I
and
like
shit like
the fact that he went into crowds and did that laugh to see people's reactions.
He would, and I know it's very controversial because no one liked Jared Leto as the Joker.
I liked
to be
him.
honest,
He was really good.
He makes a good cartoon Joker. He really does. He makes a good cartoon Joker. When it came to the Joker from the Nolan North, Christopher Nolan, sorry, the Christopher Nolan Batmans, which is the obviously the dark Batmans. That chose Heath Ledger, and he did it perfectly. He actually played the dark kind of Joker. So not someone who you'd expect to be a Joker. He's not the kind of Joker. He's a dark,
more of like the sadistic kind of kind of Joker.
Exactly. Someone who's just looking for chaos. And I mean, the Joker's always doing that, but the way he acted, he played a very dark, villainous kind of Joker, which also really worked. And then you've got Joaquin Phoenix, and from what I've seen, I've got to see the movie. I really do. I want to see what Joaquin Phoenix was like in the Joker movie. Apparently, he played the part very well, and he showed how the Joker became the Joker. He wasn't just a bad person. He wasn't just born a bad person. He was turned into that bad person, and this movie actually turned him into it. And apparently, Joaquin Phoenix he actually acted the transition so well from this normal guy who is basically just a loner and
mildly dysfunctional,
mildly dysfunctional, into this completely psychotic murderer.
Maybe.
Yeah, and it was apparently amazing to watch him actually change in the movie. Apparently he did an exceptional job. So I've got to see that movie. I'm looking forward to watching it at some point.
Have you seen it?
Have you seen it?
Not yet, but like Ziff just said, now it's like top 2 on my to watch list at the moment.
Yeah. I've seen Venom. I did think it was quite.
I love Tom Hardy in Venom. He did a very good job.
I think
on the head there. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was the last good comic book movie, because they're just shit now. But
Yeah.
sadly. Yeah, exactly. He played the part very well. And the thing is, it was actually Venom. It was what Venom is like. You know, he was supposed to go to Earth to destroy the world, and he actually just like fell in love with the Earth, and he loves the people. So he's an anti-hero. Venom has always been an anti-hero. From when I read the comics when I was younger, he was always an anti-hero. Carnage was always the evil bad guy. He was the one trying to
the evil psycho, murder everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, where Venom was always trying to stop, or is more powerful than Carnage, but has always had that rivalry with Carnage to actually destroy him. And obviously symbiote Spider-Man also comes in at some point as well. The comic book just gets crazy. But honestly, Marvel and DC comics have gone downhill. I've moved over to anime now, so I'm reading a lot more. I'm starting to read a lot more anime. I've started with the Dragon Ball series because I don't know what to go into. I don't know anime. That's the whole thing. I am new to anime. Because I've had Marvel my whole life. I've been when I was a kid, it was all about not Age of Ultron. It was Age of Apocalypse. That was my thing.
Yeah.
I grew up reading Age of Apocalypse, and that was my comic book, and I always loved that. So, and then I obviously also read the Batman Origins comics from the DC side of things, but obviously recently the comic books have gone. All those two comic companies have gone downhill, and I don't want to read them anymore. So
clearly Oxydize has anime knowledge because of the whole thing. So do you have any suggestions?
Manga more than anime. I want to read the manga.
Personally, I'm not very much into the manga, but if I had to recommend something that is pretty good, I'd say you should be reading the Haikyuu manga, the whole volleyball thing. It sounds like a very niche interest, but it's pretty.
Those are quite good. Yeah, apparently they're quite good.
More anime is a bit more where my interest lies. To be honest, I'm not really into the manga, like I said. At the moment, what I am into is I am really digging Gintama. That is a good place to start, if I had to say so, because it's basically the whole idea is. It's references to all of these other animes, the more popular like Naruto, Dragon Ball. It's a rip-off of the shonen genre in general, basically. Yeah. And it's so funny, but so well written at the same time that if you watch that, you can basically watch anything after that. And they'll be like, oh, I know that joke, haha.
Okay, no, that makes sense, because look, I have watched anime before. There are a couple of animes there are a few that I've seen. I don't remember the names of all of them, but one of them that always stuck in my head was actually Neon Genesis.
Oh yes.
And the when I watched Neon Genesis for the first time, I was like, this is actually a really good show, because it was all about, you know, big robots fighting. And I used to, when I was a kid, I used to love MechWarrior when I was a kid. All right. When I was a kid, I always wanted to be a mech pilot from MechWarrior, you know, and I knew it was never going to happen. But it was like, I want to be one. It's so awesome. And so I always wanted to be one of those. And I've even started playing MechWarrior 5 now, because I still love my MechWarriors. But then I watched the show and I was like, the Evangelion, the idea behind the Evangelion was so well done, and how they came about actually creating these living giant robots that were actually alive themselves and were controlled by another living being. I was like, how the hell did they come up with that? What was going through this guy's mind when he wrote this manga? Because first it was a manga, and then obviously it got turned into an anime. Yeah. And I was watching it, I'm thinking, what the hell is going through this guy's mind?
I mean, I have a few theories, but I think the only one I can mention that is brand friendly is a lot of stimulants.
LSD?
A lot of hugs and loves. What are you talking about?
Yeah, no, that's the whole thing. So Neon Genesis was actually my first introduction to proper manga. That was even before Dragon Ball Z, because Dragon Ball Z was more mainstream anime.
I'm gonna do it, and I know I'm wrong, but I just want to piss people off. My favorite anime is Powerpuff Girls.
Powerpuff Girls is not bad, but it's not an anime.
I know it's not. It's a cartoon. Bring it. I know it's not. I had to.
Yeah, but it's like
you tread a fine line there.
Yeah, and I think as far as I know, you tread a fine line saying enjoying Pokemon as far as I remember. But I'm not a big Pokemon fan. In my own opinion, I'm really not a Pokemon fan. I
never watched Pokemon. I like the little characters, but I never actually sat down and watched Pokemon.
Yeah, I've never actually sat down and watched it either.
It's kind of like 50-50 for me.
He's on the fence.
You know?
Yeah. He's on the fence with this one.
On the fence, trying to break in, yeah.
It's about that time.
Yeah, no, but okay. Well, let's finish the anime talk, and then we'll close off from there. But yeah, no, I agree. It's like I said, my first anime was Neon Genesis, so you can imagine I was introduced to the darker side of anime. My first episode was when the freaking angel came in and started nailing what's his name, that kid. When he was in his first Evangelion, the first one that was there, and it started nailing him with the ribbon arms, dude. That was my first introduction. Wow. All I could see was just like being nailed like this, blood going everywhere. I was like, wow, this is epic.
All of it like this. Yes, please.
Yeah. So that was my first introduction to anime, and I started actually enjoying it from there. Apparently there are a whole bunch of really good animes that are not mainstream and aren't being destroyed by Netflix. And we all know which one that is. Just don't mention the name because you know we'll be attacked by by everyone. So we're not going to mention the name.
Yeah.
You all know which one I'm talking about. And it's not for the reason that you all think.
With that drama, totally.
And it's not for the reason that you all think either. Just so you know. Ha ha ha. Anyway, so we all know the popular ones, but I will eventually start getting into the not so popular ones. Apparently, there's a tennis one that's quite good as well, where it's just about tennis. But a fishing one. I know it's a fishing one, and it's all about these guys fishing. Yeah. Apparently, it's really good.
I've only seen like an episode or two of it. I haven't seen a lot of it. What's it called now? Brain not work. I can't come by it.
That's an interesting name.
It's fun. It's fun. We'll get to that.
I wanna watch Brain Not Work.
That's what I'm working on, actually. No, I'm not.
But yeah, so any suggestions from your side of what people should be watching when it comes to anime?
Suggestions from my side. I mean, it's gonna sound very like cliche, like, oh, you're a weeb, so you recommend like the main like top 5 as we call it. I really recommend Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba. Very good. Absolutely love that. I still haven't yet to watch the movie that came out, Yugen Train or something like that. I also recommend what was that called now? Attack on Titan is pretty good. Also a bit more of a dark take on humanity and all of that. If you want something a bit more light-hearted, your Lie in April, Kimi no Uso is pretty good. And then what is it? No, not Black Clover. That is pretty mainstream. Why is Brain doing this to me? Is it that one? No. I'll come by it in a bit, but it's mainly like your mainstream stuff. If you really want to get into it, like, you can give Naruto a try. I wasn't a big fan of it, but I was
an episode of it. I wasn't taken in by it, to be honest. I watched one episode and I wasn't really taken in. It seemed too Americanized for me to actually enjoy it, if that makes sense. It's very I want to say like Western shonen in its format. Yeah, it was very very Avatar from what I could see. It felt very Avatar-y, and I'm not a big fan of Avatar, to be quite honest. It was one of those animes. Hey, you don't like Avatar? What is wrong with you? I don't know. I don't know why. I don't like it. It doesn't intrigue me. I watched a few episodes of it and I was like, this is just. Yeah, I got bored, and when I get bored, I don't watch, and then I stop paying attention. I'm not saying that everyone should follow me and don't watch it, because I'm one person, and believe me, what I like is not what everyone else likes. So, hello, Namte, I see your face in the camera there. So yeah, I don't like it. I have this thing against it. But like I said, I have a thing against Pokemon too. and I like Dragon Ball Z. Hello, Namte.
I'm not a big fan of Dragon Ball Z. It's a little bit too over the top for my liking, especially the sub. Like the dub, the English dub is not too bad, but when we're talking about Goku going like, it's like no, too squeaky.
No, I don't like Dragon Ball Z because
I don't like
it's always leaving you on a cliffhanger.
There's time
always
on Dragon Ball Z.
No, but also there's next time. You'll find out next time, and then they stand and they wait and they wait for the showdown, and it's like 7 episodes later that you actually get to the fight, and then 15 episodes later it's after the fight, and then oh my god, no.
I don't mind it.
The saga, the Cell Saga, need I mention more?
Oh, the Cell Saga, dude. Oh my god.
Find out on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Guess what? You're not gonna find out this time. Ha ha ha. Maybe next time.
Yeah, that's why you just get the whole thing and you just watch it all. You get the whole series. That way you don't have to worry about next time on Dragon Ball Z. It's like, okay, skip next. Dude, honestly, that's also why I want a second screen, because I do want to watch the Dragon Ball Z's and all the other shows on my second screen while I'm playing a game. Because I do play games that require absolutely no concentration, like when I'm busy building my bases in Atlas, when I'm building up my town in Atlas, I literally don't have any need to do anything else, so I just watch things. I've been watching Blackadder on my phone, dude. So
Yeah.
That gives you an idea.
How is that?
Blackadder.
Yeah.
You'll love it, dude. If you love British comedy, you'll love it.
Yeah.
Especially if you like the darker humor.
Comedy, yeah.
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 Yeah, Atkinson's always said that he's always been one step behind Monty Python with this. So he's never, with Blackadder, he was never really ahead like Monty Python was. So he's always been one step behind him. But even so, he loved doing it.
But also, you should watch Faulty Towers.
You should watch Faulty Towers as well, dude. John Cleese in that is.
Really noted.
Yeah, he's so funny, dude. It's British humor, dude. Just that's all I have to say. It's British humor. You'll get it when you watch it. You'll understand what I mean. And it's Monty Python humor as well. That's
because it's John Cleese.
Because it's John Cleese, yeah.
I do love myself some Python of the Monty kind.
Yeah, no, they're brilliant. They're brilliant. Absolutely amazing people. I think the entire team was quite good. Because like Kenny and I were talking as well. If you want good British comedy as well, anything from Ricky Gervais.
Ricky Gervais is just so funny. I love that man to bits.
He honestly, I've watched the movies that he's been in, and when I first saw him, I think it was in God, what was it called? The Invention of Lying. He was freaking hilarious in that.
And that is such a good movie.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah, and he was wickedly funny in that movie. So
No.
And then The Office as well. Apparently, I've only watched the trailer because Kez will never let me watch the movie or the show.
No, I've never said we can't watch it.
I watched the trailer for it. The trailer for it is
no. Every time we try and start watching something new, we go back to the old stuff. So it's not just my fault.
Yeah, but I don't want to watch the Steve Carell version.
Watch The Office.
I'm going to. Chill.
The next time we talk, you must have watched at least season 1, okay?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm trying to get to. So mana.
Anyway.
I'm sorry, but just that, I was like, I've got to watch this show. It's got to be hilarious.
It is the best. Like the first time I actually saw it, it like appeared on Fox on the TV, and I thought it was like a reality TV show. And then there was this bit with Pam at reception, and I was like, okay, this is comedy. I like this. I'm into this now.
This is the Ricky Gervais one, right?
The Office is not Ricky Gervais, I don't think.
It is.
There's a UK one and a
The
US
UK one is the original.
I'm talking about the US version.
Oh no, the original is actually the UK version.
Oh,
There's two.
no,
That's got Ricky. Yeah, that's got Ricky Gervais in it, dude.
I was
That's the
watching
one
that.
I'm
that
talking
was
about. Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about, dude. Because that's like watching the IT crowd or men behaving badly.
Oh, yes.
But yeah, so no, we'll get onto the American Office after we watch the British Office, and then I'll compare. We'll see which one's better.
Yeah.
If it's anything like the American version of the IT crowd, then I feel bad for us.
Yeah, the American version of the IT crowd is terrible.
Did you see that they made an American version of the IT crowd?
No, nor am I interested to watch it.
Yeah, dude, no.
It's an exact copy.
Not even.
No, it's not as
it's-
funny,
it's-
but they do.
There's a reason why it's not funny. There's a reason why it's not funny. Now you know British humor. The humor is implied, so they'll do something and it's implied. So you'll laugh because you know what they mean. It's implied, so you understand the joke. The American version of the IT crowd. Now imagine watching the
They
first episode.
explain the jokes
Yeah.
and stuff.
Imagine watching the first episode, and you remember when oh, it wasn't the first episode. It was the first episode.
No,
It was
I
when-
think
it
we
was when
we
Jen
only
came into
ever
the
watched the
office.
first one.
Yeah, and they're talking about how you're fired, and this whole floor is fired, and everyone on this floor is fired, and get onto, and it was implied that he was fucking around to get them to not screw around in his office. He wasn't interested in hearing it.
Yeah.
This one here, they did the whole bit, and then afterwards they walk out and he picks up the phone and says, "I was only joking. Don't do that." It's like, yeah, we know that, you asshole.
Yeah. So I'm gonna keep my fun memories with the original IT crowd.
Try turning it off and on again. Are you sure it's plugged in? You know what? I'm sick of saying this. No, it's
Fire. Ow.
that email was the worst. No, it's never go behind the red door.
And
Yeah. And,
tis that time.
It's Peter File.
I'm Peter File.
I'm Peter File. I'm Peter File. We can't say the proper word, so just don't say the proper word. Whatever you do, we will get. I don't know if we'll get banned, but we'll sure get.
I'm not going to say the whole thing, but I'm just gonna say, come on, I want to have a go. Because if I say where that part is from, we will get into so much trouble.
That was good. That was good.
You blank people.
I think he should be punished for trying to kill that lady.
I need to go and watch it again. I miss it now. Aww.
Oh, it's
It's on Netflix.
Dude. It's still on Netflix, yeah.
I see that. I'm upset about that.
What? That it's on Netflix? That's a good
It's
thing.
not available here, at least.
Oh,
Oh,
it's available
available,
here.
Oh,
Nice thing about being in the UK, dude.
I need a VPN.
That we've also got BBC Player. Yeah, although BBC Player doesn't have good shows. It's got the Blackadder series
And it's got My Family.
and My Family, but that's about it.
Oh yes, My Family as well. That was so good as well.
Yeah, there's not very many good shows though on the BBC Player because, well, it's BBC. Anyway, we gotta stop. This has been going on for a long time now. Shit. So, what we need to do, Oxydize, is you need to plug yourself. So tell us everywhere where our viewers
Where
can
can
find
we find you?
Okay, so I'm available on Twitch. That's twitch.tv/Oxydize_ because somebody already took Oxydize as a username. You can check me out on YouTube. I think they'll link me in the description. I don't know how you guys work here. But that's youtube.com/Oxydize without any punctuation or anything, because I was the first there. I'm also on TikTok. You guys can drop a follow there. I do stupid, random, annoying shit. And Instagram is Oxydize_was_taken. So it's you guys can find me there. I don't do the whole Twitcher thing. I don't want to be cancelled. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no, we've got to we've got to try and get ourselves off of that now as well. We have so many followers though, that's why we're not really off of it yet. But
we're almost on 1,000 followers on Twitter, so just stay.
But
famous.
We've got to be very careful with that. That's why I'm trying to veer us off of that platform. It's the only platform that we shouldn't be on. Because you're right.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So is that everywhere we can find you? Is there anywhere else?
I mean, you guys can find me like I don't know at home, I guess.
Well, no, don't dox yourself,
I'm
buddy.
not giving my address. No.
Don't dox yourself, buddy, because we're not going to be held responsible for what happens if you do.
I know. I won't do it. I'm not. But
Anyway.
yeah, that's all I'm on. Yeah.
Awesome. Angel, where can everyone find us?
The podcast is available audio versions on Anchor, which goes to places such as Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, I think, as well. But the video will be up on our YouTube, and then in general, if you're looking for the two of us, we are on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, BitChute, Glimmesh, and Odyssey.
Yeah, that's where we are. We're all over the place. Everywhere.
And nowhere.
We're everywhere and nowhere at the same time. Anyway, Oxydize, thank you for joining us. It has been wonderful.
Of course, it was a pleasure.
Oh, great.
Thanks for having me, guys.
We'll probably
As
have
usual.
most of the people back on again. Anyone who wants to join us again after this round of chatting is over. Whoever wants to come back, we don't know how many people will want to after after this podcast.
Yeah, the first round seemed to deter people.
I think the JJ one, the candy one, and this one, it may steer certain people away from us, but that's fine.
That's fine.
That's fine.
This is the peak of your career now. You might as well start looking for a new job already.
But yeah, anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Hit that like button if you really like the video.
Yes.
It does help
Do
the
it.
algorithm. Hit the share button because it also helps the algorithms. Hit that subscribe button because apparently that helps the
Also,
algorithm.
I just checked. We are 4 subscribers away from reaching 250. So go push that button.
Yeah, so we're almost at 250. I mean, I know it's not a million like some of the guys, but hey, it's 250. It's better than what we have been doing. Anyway, yes.
Better than I got.
You can hit that bell notification too. Not that it'll do anything, because well, it won't. So, but you never know. You might be notified. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining us, and as always, remember.
Kikikiki.
Sorry, did you say that too? I'm sorry. Say it again.
No, he was saying bye, I think.
Did you say keep it kiki or say bye?
I think he said bye.
Yeah, I was like, hey!
He said bye, and I'm gonna say one more time. Keep it kiki.